The power of our mind is much more what we expect. We live in a world of unseen and seen. We see many things, but actually we don't see anything. We only see the physical world, so we believe in it. But we don't believe in the unseen because we are not experienced with it, or we see it as imaginary. But actually around us there is a lot of energy which we cannot see. Nothing is static in this world. Everything is in a state of perpetual motion, and that is the reason why the ancient Greek philosopher Heraclitus said, "It is not possible for one person to step on the same running water twice," or something to that effect. Even though we don't see the energy around us, but we should have definitely experienced it, such as talking with one person energizes you while talking with another drains you. All this is because of the energy that revolves around all of us, that we don't realize or observe, and our mind is one of the most powerful objects in the whole world of humans. Suppose when you stand in front of a mirror daily before you go out, suddenly one day it is moved by you yourself into a new place, but still our subconscious mind brings us and makes us stand there until we realize ourselves that, oh yeah, I had moved the mirror from here. And once you make this mistake more than twice or thrice, your mind and your body gets accustomed with it, that yes, I have moved, so the mirror is not here anymore, and you won't replace it. So what does that mean? We can actually control our body, our mind and our thoughts, but only through concentration. Let me give you another example of a true incident that happened many long years back, which was broadcasted on the television, but you should also realize that news had just come into existence at those times. There was a man whose right hand got amputated in an accident. One day he ran into an argument with a local fellow, and he got so furious and wanted to slap him right onto his face. So he raised his hand and gave a slap on his face with his right hand. And in a moment he realized he don't have his right hand. But the man on the other side got the effect of being slapped on his face. Feels impossible, right? But it is the truth. Even he himself and the man who witnessed the slap was astonished. Because how can a man whose hand is amputated slap another one's face when he did not even touch his face but still got the effect? That is the power of our mind. Later on that day, when the man returned home to his family, he saw his small kid running towards him from the first floor, when in a second she slipped and was falling from the railing of the stairs down. And he ran towards her to hold her and reached out his hand to catch her. And then in a second, the miracle happened. The girl stood right there on the air for 1 second and she was rescued. And the man did not have his hand. While hearing, we may be like, no way, that's never possible, it's just a myth. But it is a fact. How? Let me explain. Just like I said earlier, we need to get accustomed to something before we realize that it is actually gone. Here the man got his right hand amputated in an accident, and for these many long years, he had been using this right hand to catch, to hold, to touch and to do things, and his body isn't accustomed with the loss of his right hand. At such a stage, when he saw his daughter falling, he had nothing to think about. He jumped over to catch her, not realizing that he had lost his hand. But the extreme panic, concentration and the energy that revolved around him and all of his focus is focused on not letting his daughter fall down, which made her stay in the air for a few seconds. But that doesn't mean that he is a superhero or he has supernatural powers. It is the power of his mind and the energy that revolved around him. Once his body accepts and gets accustomed with not having a hand, the energy is lost and he cannot do this again. But what about the existence of ghosts? Do we really believe it? Many of us believe it, whereas many of us don't believe in it. But everything is the play of our mind in it. While playing a Ouija board, we ourselves are creating an atmosphere that is switching off the lights, sitting in the darkness and burning a candle itself is the perfect atmosphere for our mind to concentrate on something very deeply. And when we play, the coin moves, right? Well, it's not the ghost which moves it, but our mind. Our mind is so powerful that when all of our 5 sense organs, that is touch, taste, see, smell and hear, are all working together, concentrating only on one thing, exactly on one thing, we can actually create a change in the energy around us which makes the coin move. In olden times, when the saints used to meditate, they had felt a lot of energy revolving around them. They could move things from a distance using their concentration and mind power. We all must have seen Karate Kid, right? where he learns to control the snake and its movement, and he uses it to control others. How? Because of the power of his mind, the extreme concentration and combination of all of his five sense organs working together to achieve something, to make something happen, is happening over there. So in short, there is nothing impossible in this world. Everything is possible, but for that we need to learn to control our body, our mind. Only then we can control our thoughts and actions according to our orders and our wishes. Only then we can achieve something, and the best way is through concentration and meditation. And you have all in your hands in terms of goodness. Thank you for watching, and thank you for all the support. It would be great if you had subscribed to our channel. We would highly appreciate it. Make sure to like and share it to all your beloved ones.